Look, I just wanted to get on here and talk. Look, this is my vision of how I see the way it should be. When you're running for office, you're supposed to be a voice of the people. Your voice, your personal voice, is supposed to go to the back behind that. Your voice is really not relevant when you're trying to be the voice of the people. Yes, you have your ideas and you have to stand on your ideas and your morality. But if you're elected to do something and that's what you're going to do, you got to stick with what the people want. You've got to be involved. You've got to be going out, talking to people, going to different places. This is the problem with our politicians. They only come out when it's time for election. They don't go around. They don't talk to people. They don't see what's, bugging society. They roll around in their high knit freaking glass slipper balls and BS, and they just leave the American people forgotten. And that's why, I wanted to get back into it. I have spinal stenosis, a whole bunch of stuff just going on that's I've got to take care of first. But the second I can get in, I'm going to run to be a voice of the people and actually try to start fighting for the American citizen. We can't keep doing this. I don't want a paycheck. That's not what we're supposed to be. I was actually going to do the same thing Trump did. I was going to decline my salary and just, donate it. Because that you're supposed to be, doing this as a service to the country, kind of like our soldiers do. This is a service position. And you're not upholding to that. Again, we also need to start looking at certain things. If we're going to ever have any country ever trust us again, we got to start correcting mistakes we've made in our past and actually trying to improve them. But this doesn't mean we sit down and we cater to some freaking left BS. For instance, I'm sorry, you love your whole fat acceptance and all that stuff, but no. I'm sorry. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that, because you're fat, you're beautiful and all that stuff. No, that stuff is killing you. It is. If you're doing it, it's entirely on your choice, and that's a choice you have to live with. Just like transgender. That's all that stuff. That stuff is a choice. It's a mental disability at best. So we need to start taking things exactly for what they are and start trying to get it back into a normal world where we can all work and live together. I'm pro cannabis. I believe cannabis is a good path for our future because we have to start getting away from big pharma stuff. We have to start looking at saving our businesses before other countries put us down. We have to make sure we stay. We need to get back to the gold standard. I'm sorry, but our country is lacking in so much, and it's hurting so much watching the Republicans do nothing, the Democrats do nothing. Neither party is standing up or doing a damn thing. They're just the same corrupt people that they always get in there. The second they get in there, they become corrupt. And that's a big problem because no one else can keep their head morally straight in order to do it. Rand Paul and Ron Paul are the only two I have any respect for. And Ron Paul is, quite frankly, is the icon to me as far as, Republicans. I thought, to me, he's the prime definition of what we should be. And Rand Paul is not far behind. I love both those guys. They're amazing. We need to get back to having a represent for an American citizen. We have to stop this fighting. Our country needs to come together and unite. Otherwise, Russia, China, and all these countries around us are going to try to take us down, and our country won't exist. We got to get away from all this socialist stuff. The government cannot take care of everybody. The government has no capability to do this kind of thing. We're overextending what our government can do and what our government should be doing to top that all off. We was never meant to have a big government. Our government was there for our defense of the country. And then, for instance, the stuff with the tribes. We've been living against the tribes for freaking since we've got here. Why can't we repair that? You don't want to sit down and even make an attempt? Then, the black community, you're feeding them false hope all the time. You want to sit there and make them think that they're going to get something, and then you turn and screw them. Or you don't do something for them. You don't want to empower them. You don't want to empower any of these groups. You don't want to fix our borders. You don't want to fix the immigration. You don't want to do any of this. And all y'all do is sit around on your ass most of the time. So, what are y'all doing? Nothing. We need to be better than this. We are America. We're the best country in the world, period. We're the best military in the world, period. With some of the best people in the world. Some of the richest people in the world. Why can't we get this figured out? And that's because people won't sit down and work together. Because we have no genuine leaders. We have no one that can actually unify and work with both sides in a way that is actually congruent to actually making our country grow. So, when I do get better, I want to return and running for politics. And I'm not going to take any salary. I'm not going to. I want to do my service to my country, just like my dad did when he was serving in our military. I might not be good to do any of the other stuff that I could do, but I can sure as hell talk, and I can sure as hell get stuff done. Any of my former companies can tell you that I worked at. Any of them can tell you that. I worked my butt off. I just want to see my country stand and be the greatest country it's always been. Not at least the country I knew it to be. And maybe we can get it to actually being the best country. Instead of just sitting here saying it's the best country and feeling it's the best country and providing stuff that makes it to be the best country, it's not the best country still. You know why? Because there's no good countries. But we can do our damnedest to make sure we become the best country. We can be the best country. And we can stay the best country. But it's all based on our God-given rights. Our country is based on God-given rights. Not Christian-given rights. Not atheist-given rights. Not LGBT-given rights. Not Native American. It is based on our God-given rights. And damn sure not our government-given rights. We need to return to a more traditionalist Republican Party that is actually there for the people. I know this is a long video, but I just wanted to say my honest opinion and honest thoughts about this. I love my country. And you shouldn't enter politics unless you're willing to do this as a service. You shouldn't be for the money or the power or the publicity. It should be a service. Just like our troops. Difference is they're at least putting their lives on the line. Quite frankly, I think they should make more than you. They're putting their lives on the line. What are you doing? Sitting in a freaking air-conditioned room? Talking? Anybody can do that. This is a service. And only someone with a mind that is going to treat this as a service should actually enter the races. I will return. You can count on it.